Hey guys, this is Joey back again with another DK podcast. This is episode number 11, which is actually going to be broken down into two episodes, episode 11.1 and 11.2, where I will be interviewing my bestie, Cornell Titus. He will be discussing his journey and how it led him to where he is working now for PCSI, Pittsburgh Community Service and Company. For those who are looking for part-ins, this will be the episode for you. So sit back, kick your feet up, and enjoy. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of DK Podcast. We are on episode 11. Today I have a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Cornell Titus Jr. I've been her best friend for almost 30 years, honestly. So.
He took the cat out the bag, y'all. I was going to say he was my best friend, but I'll let him have it. Tell him where you from.
Born on the hill, Elmore Square. Left Elmore Square when I was about maybe six or seven.
Mm-hmm.
Moved to East Liberty with my grandma. From there, we moved to Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
From 92 all the way up until I was probably about 21, 22, I lived in Garfield. So
Okay. And tell us something about you that not too many people know.
I'll say a lot of people know me for playing basketball, but my first love is baseball.
For real?
Yes.
That's what's up. I knew that, y'all. I just wanted to it seemed a little dramatic, but I knew that.
Yes.
What position did you play?
Pitcher and right field.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like you said, they know you for basketball.
Yes.
Mean on the court.
Yes.
Mean on the court,
yes.
y'all.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me a little bit, or tell them, because I already know, but tell them about your childhood.
Adventurous. A lot of me and my friends, we used to flip, I should say. So we used to go around and just, any open area, we're back flipping, stuff like that. I'll say this, from the age of 10, we used to probably ride our bike all over the city.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to be from Garfield to like Frick Park. We used to ride the trails. I found out that the trails, if you ride them far enough, it leads you to Oakland, where the library is out. I didn't know that.
Okay.
There's a whole soccer field at the bottom of the Frick Park.
Okay.
I don't know if a lot of people know that as well.
I did.
See? And if you follow a trail, there's a trail, if you follow from where the soccer field is at, it'll lead you straight to Oakland.
I was just talking to somebody about the trails. I don't think I ever did the Frick Park trails.
Yeah. Like,
I'm gonna have to check it out. Take the girls over there.
Yeah, it was fun.
Tell me tell them the dynamics of you're growing up with your family and schooling and things like that.
Okay. So pre-K all the way up till 6th grade, I was going to an elementary school called Carmel. It's located in Brookline and on the south side.
Okay.
From there, I went to Greenway for 2 years, which is located in the West End, Chartiers to be exact. From there, I went to Peabody.
Okay.
Family dynamic. Father wasn't there. In and out of my life for real up until I was an adult. So stepdad, who recently passed away, he's been in my life since I was 8. So, I'll say, other than him, I have an uncle who, I was raised by my mom, my aunt, and my grandma. She passed away 5 years ago coming up.
Yes. R.I.P. to Graham.
Yes,
we miss you a lot.
Yes.
Nana. And R.I.P. to Mr. Kev.
Yes.
He definitely, he was known in the city for real and well loved.
Yes. His best friend is Nick Nice, radio DJ for Wemo.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma worked for the city of Pittsburgh for 36 years. She was like not an executive director, but she was like one of the top people for the welfare office.
Okay. Yep.
So she was known around the city as well.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have, well, growing up in the house, I just remember us having like family functions, cookouts and stuff like that.
Right.
And I remember just certain, like, I'll say government officials being at our house for those certain things, and not knowing who they were at the time
Right.
until I got older. So
Right.
just stuff like that. Trying to think of his name, but my grandma was really close with one of the, I think it was either mayor or the governor, Murphy.
Mm-hmm. I think he was a mayor.
I think I can't remember his first name, but I remember him in a lot of our photos
Okay.
through my grandma's photo albums and stuff. So, but yeah, grew up with 3 women raising me, very tough. Being the oldest boy, I have a sister and a little brother. Then on my dad's side, and I'll say this, even though my dad wasn't necessarily in my life, he made sure that I knew who my other siblings were.
Mm-hmm.
So I have other siblings by my dad, and I'm the oldest on both sides.
Okay.
So yeah, it's about 15 of us all together.
Okay. All right. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's talk about when y'all was bad kids running around the neighborhood and the things y'all got into.
Oh, man.
You ain't got to snitch on nobody, but
man. And I just say,
because it shaped some things.
yeah, it did. We can go back to even the whole bike adventure things that I used to talk about. So, there was one incident where we was on the busway riding our bikes. It was 3 of my friends, me and 2 other my friends, and God rest their soul, both of them are passed away now. One of them's name is Jamar, another one's name was Jabbar.
How did I know? How did I know? I was going to say that. Was it Jamar? Was it Jabbar?
It was both. So we're riding our bikes on the busway. And, we figured, and this is on one of our trail adventures, we figured that would be the fastest way to get us back to East Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
So we're riding a busway, and every time a bus comes, we jump up on the side, and it's like a barrier, and there's like a short yard, I'll say, or a lawn that you could lay your stuff on. Well, one of the times we got close to where the market district is now. At the time, what was it called? Was it still the market district, or was it called something else?
No, it was called something else.
Was it Food Gallery?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we're coming up by the Boys and Girls Club in Shadyside, and we notice we're getting close where it's the opening. So another bus comes, so we all jump up on the side again. Jabbar didn't lay his bike down.
Mm-hmm.
So as the bus come, the force of the bus coming past, it pulled his bike towards the bus. And so the bus ended up running over his bike.
Uh-huh.
And we instantly got scared and everything like that. So we're trying to make our way to get off the exit or whatever. And I remember Jabbar, he was so mad because he was scared because his mom he was scared to get in trouble pretty much.
Okay.
Because he was going home with no bike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which was illegal, y'all. It was illegal to ride on the busway. It was
remind
buses
everybody
only.
Because
so don't do it.
You shouldn't be walking on this. You shouldn't be driving on this. No one should be on here except for emergency vehicles and buses.
Yeah.
And thank goodness no one got hurt. The bus ended up stopping. Found out that it was the bike. Made sure everybody was okay. We made it home safely and everything. Yes, that was one of the, I'll say that was one of the many adventures we used to be on.
Right. So some of the things that you guys used to do, I'm gonna bring it up, and I could be somewhat wrong because I wasn't there. I
Okay.
just heard stories,
Okay.
but you guys used to do the car thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yes.
And so
Yes.
my question is, the whole situation with the car thing, is that what led you into going into like did you go into juvie?
I didn't. This okay. So, bringing that story up, after me, Jamar, and uh, one of my cousins, his name is Brandon. He went to school with us at Peabody. We ended up getting caught in a stolen car. I was graduated from high school,
Mm-hmm.
and so, which means I got an adult charge.
Right.
It was 2000. September 2000 is when it happened.
Okay.
So I ended up. Thank goodness, I'll say this. Once that happened, I spent a few weeks in jail. It wasn't too long. And this is going back to my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Her being so involved with everything, especially with the city, she pulled some strings, got everyone out, but she paid my restitution once my court date ended up coming up. And so once that happened, that's kind of, I guess you want to say, a segue to future, have me doing what I'm doing now.
Right.
But yes, that happened. She paid my restitution. I ended up. It's funny because the day that she wrote the check, she reminded me for about 5 years that I had to pay that money back.
Absolutely. It's only right.
Right. But yes, for this September, it'll be September 11th, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Will be 25 years that I have that charge still on my record.
Okay. So was that your first time getting in trouble?
First and only.
Okay. And so then you said about going into your future. So tell me what you were doing before you started doing what you're doing now, because you're into cooking.
Yes.
You like cooking.
Yes.
So
yes.
Tell me your journey all the way up until where you're at right now.
So once that happened, opportunities employment wise was limited. So I was left to work, fast food or warehouse cleaning type of jobs, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Found myself working in fast food restaurants. First job was Taco Bell, I believe. No, I'm moving a little fast.
Go
So
ahead, take your time.
once that case happened, and I got released and everything, my grandma ended up getting me a job working where she was working at, and I was doing security for a little bit.
Yeah, I remember
at the
that.
Rough office.
I remember that. Okay.
That was never gonna get a raise. It was a flat rate. It was good money at the time. Like I said, I just graduated high school, so I was doing that for maybe like 2 years. From there, I ended up getting a job. It was Taco Bell. That was the next job. So I got a job at Taco Bell on Baum Boulevard before they shut down. So I was working that, but I was working, the hours that I was working there was crazy. They had me working the closing shift.
Okay.
So if you know anything about Taco Bell, or most of them, they close 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I was leaving there probably like 3 o'clock
Mm-hmm.
in the morning.
Mm-hmm. At the time, you only had one One kid, right?
Not yet.
Oh, you okay? Okay,
Not
okay.
yet. So leading into this segue, I ended up meeting my first child's mother. So I have a 22-year-old. Well, he'll be 22 in September this year. I met his mother in between the welfare office job and the Taco Bell job.
Okay.
From and now that you reminded me, so from the welfare office job, I was working at Giant Eagles as well.
Okay.
So I went to Giant Eagles. That's where me and her met because the the Waterworks Giant Eagles has a daycare inside of it.
Okay.
She was working in the daycare part, and I was a cashier. So me and her met there. From there, that's where I went to Taco Bell.
Okay.
So yeah, so from Giant Eagles, me and her started dating. And it's weird because me and her anniversary was 9/11.
If only y'all knew.
Yes. 9/11.
That's
and it's
crazy.
the same
That's
year that
crazy.
everything happened. Yeah, because I remember that day vividly because I was working at the welfare office at the time. My grandma was in a meeting scheduled to be at the USX building downtown. And if you know anything about, all the news clippings and all that that they were saying, they said one of the planes that was in our direction was
Right.
going to one of those buildings.
I remember.
So I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
We're watching it in our lunch room, and I'm freaking out trying to call her. She's not answering. And if you are old enough to remember the times back then, cell phones are not like how they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. If someone's not answering, you pretty much is not gonna get through.
Yeah.
There was no tracking the phones.
Yep.
There's none of that. So until her secretary, Miss Jackie, I don't remember her last name. It was a sweet Italian lady, but she ended up returning the call.
Okay.
And she informed me like, yeah, your grandma's on her way back. Everything is fine. Don't worry about it. They canceled the meeting. So and I was like, all right, cool. So that was that. But yes, so that was me and her anniversary. I was with her about 2 years. Me and her had our son Malachi. I was working at Taco Bell. Me and her ended up breaking up. So while I was at Taco Bell, I was back on Black Street. So I was never out of the area. And then me and her lived together for a while as well. And it was literally right around the corner on Stanton Avenue.
Right. So you went from Taco Bell to where?
To Damon's out Waterworks.
Okay.
And so this is where I started getting into the restaurant thing, and I feel like my love, other than me actually just being in the kitchen with my grandma, and that's another thing, just growing up with my grandma in the house, she always cooked. Everything was from scratch. And so me just seeing that, I always was in the kitchen with her.
Right.
So me going to Damon's, I was a dishwasher to start out, but from me being a dishwasher and them seeing my work ethic, they put me on the line. First station was salad station, but then eventually I graduated over to, I guess, like the middle of the line where they start building the plates and stuff.
Okay.
From Damon's, where did I go from Damon's? So I'm trying to think, and this is crazy.
I know at some point weren't you out Brownsville Road or something like that at Arby's?
I was. So, and that's like, yeah, my journey. It was like I said, my journey, working was a while. So yeah, so I eventually, got to Arby's, and that's where I got my manager experience.
Yep.
But what I'll say is I ended up, before I got to Arby's, I was working for Chipotle for a while.
Okay.
And from Chipotle, it helped me build my knife skills. And so I was on a grill. I ended up becoming a kitchen manager there and then a service manager. But before I did that, in order for you to be on the grill, they got to teach you how to use a knife. And so that right there made me start actually loving to cook.
Yeah.
Once I learned how to use a knife and stuff like that, I feel like that's where it ultimately started. But yes, when I got to Arby's, that's where I learned how to pretty much run a restaurant. I got all the way up to assistant GM, but the GM that I was working for was trying to get to area manager. So we were pretty much running the store without her.
Right.
And I was doing that for about 7 years. And when the pandemic happened, is when I kind of took a step back. Because my wife, and then I guess I'm kind of like jumping a little bit ahead, but I ended up meeting my wife after my first son's mother and I ended up breaking up.
Shout out to Steph.
I met my wife
Wifey.
in 2004, 3. Yes, it was about 2003, and me and her actually met on the basketball court.
Another beast. Another beast on the court.
That's her first love. Me and her ended up dating, and I've been with her for almost 22 years now. So, but you know, in between that, from Arby's, I say from there to Arby's, me and her had 2 children, Cornell and Cameron.
Hi, babies.
16 now. Wow. And he's literally out of me.
Yeah.
And then my 11-year-old Cameron, he proved to me that he was to my shoulders last night. He's 11.
Ronell just was standing next to me yesterday or the day before yesterday when we went to go get our hair twisted. And he's like, I'm taller than you. I'm like, nah, not yet.
Man.
You got a couple inches, but not yet.
Man.
They getting there. These kids is, man.
Yeah. And I should have brought the picture, but during after my dad's service, I had all my kids there.
Oh, okay.
And so I don't know if I could pull this up, but I'll pull it. I'll try to real quick, because my niece daughter, Sarita, she ended up sending me the picture. Let me see real quick.
Of everybody.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
You have to send it to me too.
I got you. And so I don't know if this is.
I don't know if it'll zoom in
or whatever, but yep.
Aww,
yeah. And so my 16-year-old now is taller than my soon to be 22-year-old. And shout out to him. He plays football.
A beast.
Yes. He's played football.
Sports family, y'all.
Yes. He's played football since he was probably about 6 or 7. He also played baseball. 16-year-old plays basketball, runs track, and he's played extreme frisbee. I learned about that this year. Yes. So he picked up extreme frisbee.
Okay.
11-year-old Cameron,
flag
basketball.
Football.
I was gonna say, but this is the thing. So stand out at baseball.
Oh yeah, you was telling me that.
Oh my goodness! Like, now that I understand baseball, and I wish someone would have taught me how to understand the game. I explain it to him to try to, simplify it and so he can understand it and it's not so complicated.
Right.
He is really good.
Yeah.
And
I
he
believe it.
literally took off a year, it's going on a year and a half now to play flag football.
Okay.
And I've been coaching for 2
Right.
seasons now.
What happened? Because we recently had playoffs and Super Bowl, and my daughter's team, we made it to the Super Bowl, but we ended up losing the Super Bowl. But it's okay because we lost to a team that was undefeated, right? So it's okay. And these girls, they worked really hard. So shout out to the Bucks.
Okay.
And shout out to the big sister team, Rams, because they did win their Super Bowl.
Okay. Yes. So, and it was a little different for us this year. Well, for the spring season. So our first season was last fall. And between the two setups, because this is your first season.
Yes.
You would love the fall season.
I'm gonna see
way
if she.
better.
I'm gonna see if she will
Way
be
better.
interested in doing the
Because
fall.
it's set up just like a football season.
Okay.
Where it's not set up tournament style for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So if you win, next week you play. It's not every game in the same day.
Okay.
It's just set up how the playoffs is in the NFL.
Right.
Which I appreciate it. And they have an all-star weekend.
Okay.
Where if your child is the best in their position, they challenging everybody in that division.
Okay.
So and I love that, man.
Okay.
So I appreciate it. Not saying that I didn't like the springtime, because I'll say this: my first season last year, we went 1-9.
Okay.
But my players got better. But this season we went undefeated until the second to last game of the season, and then we went to the Super Bowl as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we lost too.
Okay. And our kids play in the same division,
Yeah,
just
10U.
boy and girl, different. So but okay, so so the pandemic happened.
Yes.
So the pandemic happened, and where do we go from there? Because what's going on with Arby's and the whole setup and everything? Where do we go from there?
So had a bad experience at one of the stores that I was running. Ended up leaving Arby's. Was taking care of my wife and then my son, who we have now. His name is Corey. He'll be 5 this year. And we ended up buying a house that September. So when everything shut down, I left them. We ended up buying a house. We had another son. From there, I wasn't doing too much. I had some money saved up. Ended up, I'm not gonna lie. He went to daycare, got a little bored, so I went back to the Arby's on Banksville Road, the one that I started at.
Mm-hmm.
From there, I ended up getting a manager position again, but they ended up not renewing their lease with the city for the lot that we were on.
Okay.
And this has been going on for years, so they decided that they were going to shut the store down.
Okay.
From there, they told everybody that they could transfer to a store that was closer to them, which I went to the Robinson ones, now that we live on the West End. From there, didn't like it because now I'm losing hours and I had to take a step back on my position.
Mm-hmm.
So I left there, and one of the managers there was working a nursing home job. So I was working at a nursing home job for about 4 months. Was working there, but I applied for a job opening that my wife. So my wife works for juvenile probation.
Mm-hmm.
One of her really close colleagues, they seen my work ethic and they told me to reach out to employee specialist. His name is Curtis Menenti, and he used to work for PCSI. So when I reached out to him, I ended up asking him for help. I was going to job fairs and stuff like that. While I was doing that, he seen, my drive, and he told me that there was a position about to open up for their organization.
Okay.
So
what was the organization?
The same one, PCSI. So it's Pittsburgh Community Services.
Okay.
The main office is located on North Craig and Center Avenue, right by Dunkin' Donuts and CVS.
Okay.
So when I applied for the position, they loved my interview, but I guess they were moving too fast because they didn't necessarily have the position solidified through the funding that they were waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
So I waited about 10 months before I got a call back.
Okay.
When I got a call back, I was in the middle of my wedding ceremony. I don't know if you and that's the thing, because yes, I got 2 phone calls, text message. Yeah, I got 2 phone calls. I got two text messages and an email.
Okay.
And whenever he ended up, because Steph she seen me looking down at my watch, and she was like, "Who is it?" I'm like, "It's the guy from PCSS, Curtis." She was like, "Answer the phone." So
in the middle of the service, y'all.
Yeah,
in the middle of the wedding service.
So I call him back, and he asked me if I was still interested in the job. Now, mind you, it's been 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
I never had any office experience, so it was a shot in the dark. Didn't even think I was going to get the job.
Right.
So, and I told him yes. And he was like, "Are you able to talk for a second?" And I was like, "Well, right now I'm in the middle of my wedding ceremony." And he was like, "Oh, my goodness. Well, why did you answer the phone?" And I'm like, "Well, my wife told me to." And he was like, "Okay, well, call me back when you're done. If you get a chance, just look at the email. I sent you an offer letter."
Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by to enjoy another episode of the DK Podcast. I want to send a special shout out to our guest, Cornell Titus, my bestie. I also would like to say happy 85th birthday to my grandma, Joanne Jones, and may God bless you with many, many more. For more information about the PCSI program, check out dreamcatchers.org. And we will see you guys on the next episode. Later.